How's it going, guys? This is Paddy. I wanted to give you a quick video with some of my talking points about the duty situation here. For all you Gen Zers out there, this is going to be more than a 30-second soundbite, so you'll just have to pay attention. All right, so quick overview. Does an increase in duties raise the cost? Yes, but not in the way you might think, and certainly not to the scale you might think. There's a lot of doom and gloom. People have been reaching out to me saying, oh God, my cost is going up 35%. Of course, you guys know that's not the case, but I do want to make the point here that although there will be an increase, it's going to be, less than or equal to 5%. And this is within the normal shipping fluctuations anyway, so there's no reason to think the sky is falling and, everything's coming to an end. So, they've got their soundbite. We can say, oh, you won the trade war, but now let's get back to business and understand what this looks like moving forward. Okay, so this is based on some assumptions here. The item that I'm going to be using for my numbers is a 3-ounce glass jar. The quantity is 160,000 pieces, which is a full 40-foot container, and the price that I'm referring to is 15 cents. So here's we have the breakdown. The jar, we've got the quantity, 15 cents. The total order is $24,000. At 25% duties, it's $6,000. 35% duties, it's $2,400. So that would be an extra $2,400. Oh no, that's terrible. But that's actually not the true story. Now, if we make the assumption that my markup is 20%, that would mean that when I import the goods, I'm importing them at my cost of goods, not your sticker price here. So the increase is actually only $1,920. And I have a note here about the first sale doctrine. The first sale doctrine is an important principle in U.S. Customs. Not to go too deep into it because I don't know the ins and outs, but it basically acknowledges that the price that you pay is not the price that maybe the company that imported it. For example, when iPhones get imported, they're not paying $1,000 duties per iPhone. So you can see here that the duties is already lessened here, and that's based on an assumption of 20%. I'm just using round numbers, so I'm not necessarily saying that's exactly what my markup is. Okay, and the next point is the price of the shipping. Now, this is some container rates I pulled out from the last year. You can see there's a huge fluctuation in here. July of 2024, I don't know if any of you follow the news. This is when somebody shot a rocket launcher at a container ship in the Suez Canal, and the whole world went into chaos. But the point is that there are big fluctuations, and even in between here, you see fluctuations up and down. And once again, when this happens, people don't pack it in and go home. We just kind of roll with the punches, and we keep moving forward. Okay, another round number here is the $1,500 for the clearance and delivery. This is, once again, to like the LA area. Sure, if you're going to other places, Colorado or Utah or, wherever, it's going to change, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just looking at nice, neat numbers. Okay, so when we add in the container, the delivery, and the duties, I've got my shipping totals here. And once again, the duties are based on the 12-cent cost. We've already established that the price to the customer, the 15-cent price I referred to, that's a moot point. Okay, so here's how you have the duties are affecting your total cost of goods, right? So this price here we see, this is the price of the jars, the price of the duties at 12%, the shipping and the delivery, okay? So here you can see we're at, 5.5 up to 7%. Now, remember I said earlier it was only 5%, but wait, these numbers that I'm referring to in the last slide, this is based on my price to you. However, we're not going to assume that you're giving your products away for free. So we have another level to incorporate here. Now, I have the assumption once again that if my price is 12, my cost is 12, I add 20% to the customer, and here I'm making the assumption that you add 20% as well. So that would make the total cost of the jars $28,800. Okay, so let's see what this happens next. When we factor in your price, the 10% increase in duties results in less than a 5% increase in cost to your customer here. That's where we see, right, 4.17 up to 4.92. Now, this is an important note. I'm basing this example from Qingdao to LA and then a short delivery. the farther away you ship from LA, the smaller this change gets. Remember, because you have the price of the jars is a constant. The delivery may or may not be a constant, but you know, when you ship a container to New York, that's much different. When you ship a container to St. Louis or, you know, Florida, as that price of the container goes up, the proportion of the duties is going down. So that kind of instills the point even more that the duties is just a fraction of what we're looking at here. So if you were to do a 40-foot container to New York or St. Louis, this would be in the 3% range probably. Okay, now let's go back to the first point. If I look at the high end, right, of the 4220 right here, that would be December that just passed, and then to the low end, right, this is based on the hypothetical that, you know, in December 2023, the duties were 35%, and once again there, you can see that the shipping fluctuations are well over 7%, 7.7%, okay? So my point that I wanted to make from this video is that normal fluctuations in shipping are going to be much more severe than this change in duties. And furthermore, the change in duties, this is now a predictable increase, so we all have time to kind of plan. And once again, I'm excluding the outlier here from July 2024, but you know, if we want to look back even farther into, you know, 2021 and 2020, when the whole world actually did fall apart, we were looking at containers of $15,000, and you know, everybody still is intact. So thank you for your time, guys. I hope this was helpful, and I will email anybody who likes the PPT and the data set.